Chef Daryle Nagata from 1789, and we're like, Chef Daryle, 1789. Where's that?
1789 Comox Street.
Okay, so it's the address.
Yes.
Wait a minute, that's the old Delilah's.
It is, still Delilah's space.
Is it the same inside in terms of those, oh, here we go, those plush seats and lovely martini bar?
When we renovated, we really tried to honor the space, and my business partner, Paul Pertich, he's a third-generation fisherman, so it's the chef and the fisherman, and we have a great martini bar, but we also have a great oyster bar as well.
Yum. Okay, well, that's a marriage made in heaven as far as the BT crew is concerned, and you as well. We've got a gift certificate to give away coming up, but first let's talk about what you're making here. Okay. You're sizzling things up, and what is that, a clay pot?
Yes, it's this is a clay pot, so you can also use just a stainless steel pot at home if you like. So I've just seared off the seafood. A
little bit of salmon, some scallops, and what is the whitefish there?
It's halibut, but you can use, snapper. You can use something economical, something local, which is always great.
Let's talk about shopping. So go ahead while you're sizzling
I had some
things
pepper, some shallots, some garlic. The recipe's, I think, on the website, I believe.
We will have the recipe on the website.
And this is a one-pot deal, so it's really easy to do at home. You can do it in a large pot and share it family style if you like. This is just a smaller portion version.
So kind of like a seafood stew, if you will.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of almost like a West Coast bouillabaisse or on the West Coast a hot pot, Chiopino. Gotcha. Exactly.
Gluten-free.
And gluten-free as well. And
make note, gluten-free people.
Certainly, if you wanted to do a vegetarian style, instead of searing the scallops and the seafood, you would use like tofu and some other vegetables. And this, I give an example of how to make a nice homemade fish broth.
Do tell. That's a great use for a French press.
It's a bottom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so a bunch of seafood in here, scallops, shrimp, some seafood trim, some...
what do you got in there? Bay leaf?
Bay leaf and thyme.
A little bit of
salt. And just hot water, and I just steeped it. So it's a great seafood. And
so you just put it all together in there and just let it sit, and that is a seafood broth. Because people kind of get weary of that when they see that in the recipe. It's like, I don't have time to create that, but in fact you do. Or if you were going vegetarian, you'd go miso. Okay, so we can go the mussels and clams.
Mussels and clams. So
those don't need to cook all that long, do they?
I'm going to crank it right up, so you can see. So the trick with mussels and clams, and you need to clean them. You can see the beard here. That needs to come off, right? And all of this stuff, you just need to lightly scrape it off. These have been cleaned.
Right.
So the beard, you grab like this, and you just pull it down, and it comes off. So you can see, so that's clean.
That's a clean mussel.
And then the clams, you need to soak them in water for, a few hours they leach out some of the dirt, so you don't get dirt.
No grit.
No grit.
Okay, I'm gonna slice up some lotus root for you here. Okay, so this
I'm going to actually,
beginning to end, this meal should take what?
It should take about 5 minutes, actually.
Not that much at all. And you can serve it with rice or pasta, or just dip in some fresh bread if you aren't doing the gluten-free option. Okay, so you just put in your fish stock. You're steaming those clams and mussels. This is all going to happen in real time.
A little bit of white wine.
I'm so excited to taste this. Riaz's mouth is watering right now. I know it. Hey, if people want to go down to 1789 and visit your restaurant, they can do so because you have brought a $100 gift certificate.
Yes, we have.
And that goes a long way.
It does.
Contest@btvancouver.ca is the email address, of course. Subject line, seafood. But, Chef, you can go down there and get a $10 beautiful plate of fish and chips as well. It doesn't always have to be, the frou-frou-y side of things. People are like, oh, I'm not really a shellfish person. You can go down and have a burger and fries and a great martini.
And great vegetarian alternatives, great gluten-free alternatives. This is actually gluten-free as well.
How'd I do?
Perfect, actually.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's very good.
Try.
Great skills.
Showing off my knife skills.
So you can see how these are open now.
And that's it.
And that's it. So now we're going to start building everything back in. So I have some potatoes that have been lightly blanched. I have some zucchini.
Beautifully turned vegetables. Look at you, you artiste.
We do it because we can.
One last tip before we have to go. When buying seafood, what is the most important tip that you have in terms of, do you smell it? Do you taste it? Do you go to a special fishmonger?
Well, go to a reputable one. Someone, it's almost like a mechanic. Someone you can trust, someone that you feel good about.
Where do you go?
I buy it straight off the docks in Steveston. I go to Granville Island. Have a few others around Richmond and around Vancouver that I go to.
One last look at Chef Nagata's work here. That is a work of art as we cover that up. And thank you for coming in. We're going to give it a test. Riaz and I will taste it.